Hand clap to the massive guys. We're definitely back again for another one on the one only Mystelics reaction, guys. I actually recorded this video before, guys, but unfortunately my video file got corrupted, so I'm doing this again. So welcome back, guys. Well, not welcome back, but welcome to all the Mystelics family out and large all over the place, and all the newcomers out there. I know about, I think 45% of individuals. I tend to get a lot of new unique viewers when it comes down to the reactions right there, guys. So big up to you all the newcomers right there, guys. Definitely subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through right there, guys. Now, guys, very interesting some of the things that is taking place on social media, over the radio, in this regard right there, guys. We're gonna take a listen to it. Of course, this is where I tend to react to a number of videos taking place in Dominica and the Caribbean and the rest of the world by extension. Make sure the volumes are up and par. Alright, they seem to be okay. So let's get it, man. There's some interesting things that are gonna be discussed there, guys. Let's get it.
My brother Danny, it's David again. I went on to Facebook to seek out my other program, which was supposed to be starting tonight, but I realized it starts at 6:30, so I came back to the other side to listen. And of course, the attacks continued. But what baffled me was a voice I've never really heard on Q95 that much. That voice was of that
SKERRIT.
SKERRIT.
Actually, I have the video. Well, not the exact video, but I have a video of him talking to the same person as well. But let's continue.
And here he goes again, spinning a lot of lies and propaganda.
It's like the Prime Minister is just here just to lie, apparently. But it seems like when you lie, you then have to put a greater lie than the previous lie that you've done before until it gets... So you have to constantly embed yourself in lies, man. This is something rather interesting when it comes down to Dominica leadership right there. Let's continue.
Now, what really caused me to turn off that program was because I listened to Sam Raphael telling the people of Dominica that Roosevelt SKERRIT reached out to him because Roosevelt SKERRIT did not want to see Jungle Bay go over to Aruba. So
now, before we continue, so apparently SKERRIT gave them Sam Raphael for money for Jungle Bay. I don't know if the volume is low or something. I'm trying to increase this stuff for you guys.
Because Roosevelt SKERRIT did not want to see Jungle Bay go over to Aruba.
Let's bring this back, guys. I want you guys to pay close attention to what is being said right there.
Really caused me to turn off that program was because I listened to Sam Raphael telling the people of Dominica that Roosevelt SKERRIT reached out to him because Roosevelt SKERRIT did not want to see Jungle Bay go over to Aruba, which is where Mr. Raphael had the intention of taking Jungle Bay. So
he was planning to take Jungle Bay as after the whole Hurricane Maria and Eric Eiger situation. He was planning to take it overseas as a result of the economy in Dominica, and of course that's what he was planning to do. But SKERRIT came in like a superhero, boom, to save him from going, guys. There's a number of why reasons I want to question right there, guys. Let's continue.
And I'm saying to myself, wow, really?
He's okay.
Roosevelt SKERRIT is reaching out to Sam Raphael because he does not want Jungle Bay to go over to Aruba.
Nothing wrong with that. Try to keep it in Dominica. Let the businesses come to Dominica. True or false, guys? Definitely that would be the case. That would be a wise decision to do.
Yet that same Roosevelt SKERRIT,
keep the same energy. No, apparently the energy there is not being kept for the Ross University.
Allowed Ross University, a born and bred university.
Born and bred, brothers and sisters. Born. Ross University is Dominica's own. Born and bred. In other words, Ross was born in Dominica. It's Dominica. Ross is Dominican, guys. Ross is Dominican. And a good citizen at that, contributing to about 40% of the GDP of Dominica. And the Prime Minister of Dominica allowed Ross to leave. Or caused Ross to leave. Why? We will question that in a moment, guys.
A multi-billion-dollar university. Roosevelt SKERRIT allowed it to go to Barbados. Isn't it ironic? Isn't this ironic? I mean...
You call it ironic, I call it wickedness.
I cannot understand the life of
fathom
this gentleman. I really don't. Because It puzzles me, Danny. It puzzles me.
It'll puzzle any thinking person, any person with proper thinking, it'll puzzle them. You try to rescue one business that has less employees, you know, has less impact on the GDP. But you let the big GDP factor, 40%, 30 to 40% GDP factor of Dominica, leave. But you try to rescue Jungle Bay, we will figure, hold on, guys.
Because
we come in, man.
Here he is, reaching out, according to San Rafael, across the aisle, because San Rafael was on the opposition, to prevent a hotel that maybe employs 70 people or so.
Kind of reminds me of Crazy T. Crazy T used to be on the UWP side. Then all of a sudden we hear Crazy T getting money. Then all of a sudden, boom. Crazy T is Labour Party, promoting Labour Party and all those kind of things there. The love of money, guys. The love of money. But I understand the situation that he's in. Of course, the economy, well, there's economy and of course natural disasters can put a damper on the business. But SKERRIT went to help them right there.
A hotel that maybe employs 70 people or so.
Yep.
To prevent it from taking that 70 job over to Aruba.
And not taking it now. It is completely, they're not going to take Dominicans and go over there like they did for Ross. You know, Ross took some people and after about 2 or 3 years, they let some of them go and so forth. So they took them, but that's not going to happen with Jungle Bay, you know. That's not going to happen with no hotel that go overseas because there are people over there. It's not like they don't have people. There are people.
Yet he allowed Ross
University to go.
A massive university employing hundreds of people.
Hundreds? If I do remember correctly, I think when that was some time back, because I used to work at Ross, guys, and they used to have meetings and stuff. And if I recollect properly, guys, I think they say they have about 900 and something workers, both in Portsmouth and Roseau, because they also used to do clinicals and this kind of things there in Roseau as well. So you have a number of employees up in the hospital, and they have a set of employees in the thing. Not only that though, guys, but indirectly as well. Bus drivers used to get money, vendors used to get money, so there's indirect as well. Taxi operators, people who on the roadside used to sell souvenirs and this kind of things there were also benefiting as a result of Ross.
1,000 to go to Barbados, taking along with it 1/3 of Dominica's GDP,
which is 1% of Barbados, guys. That hurt me. Yes, sir, that hurt me. Yeah, 30%, 30 to 40% Dominica's GDP left, and the same thing being applied in Barbados is 1% of Barbados GDP. They did need Ross. They did need Ross. Barbados did need Ross. 1% versus 30 to 40%. Come on, people. Barbados did need Ross. Dominica needed Ross. Ross is and was Dominican. It's an entity that can operate as itself. I've said, let me leave that alone. Let me leave that part alone. Let's continue.
And I ask myself, wow. Does
none of this makes sense.
Have a leader? Do we really have a leader in Roosevelt SKERRIT? And
well, you ask an important question there. Do we really have a leader? Is he, first of all, is he a leader? I would say yes, he's a leader for his sphere. Is he a leader for the country? Definitely not.
I answered myself, obviously not.
Obviously not. Now let me understand, there's a why factor to this. Why did the Prime Minister them help Jungle Bay, which is far less contributor to Dominica GDP, but allow Ross to go? Now keep in mind, they keep saying about Hurricane Maria leaving and Hurricane Maria and Erica caused them to leave. That is lie. That is a blatant lie on Ross University. That is blatant lie. This is why the CEO came out and said they wouldn't put Dominica under the bus like that. Not Dominica, wouldn't put the Prime Minister under the bus like that. The CEO of Ross, Adetalem, which of course is the parent company to Ross, stated that they have finally found a government that is competent towards the forward advancement of the Ross University. They wouldn't have said that if it wasn't the government. And I know these individuals right there. I know some of them. I was even actually speaking to some of them like last week when I told them in comparison to Dominica and Barbados, which do they prefer? They told me Dominica, obviously. First of all, Dominica is cheaper than Barbados. It is almost $3 to $1 US. So when they come down to Dominica and they have $1 US, it doubles the amount of money that they have to spend when it comes down to Dominica. Barbados is $1 US to $2 Bajan dollars. Wrong caller. 1 US is 2 Bajan dollars. So obviously it's gonna be more expensive over there, especially when it comes down to the higher standard of living over there. So things are a bit more expensive over there. I know I've been in Barbados a few times, you know. I lime in Barbados, I know how Barbados is. And when it comes down to the freedom of expression and these kind of things, there's more rivers to go to, there's more hiking abilities, there's more more beach, definitely. You can go to more beach all over the place. We used to go Batibo, all kind of places and have fun, man. Go up CARNIVAL and relax. The people, guys, students used to literally, they used to call me 1 a.m. in the morning. Hey, Mr. Well, they used to call me my name. Hey, we're going up CARNIVAL. You want to come through? Waking me up for us to walk from Pika to CARNIVAL. Because the night nice and thing and people 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning we going back home. So I know how it is, guys. And when it comes down to this particular situation, you ask yourself, why? Why did this happen to Dominica? Well, let's look at a possibility. Jungle Bay, if Jungle Bay had leave to go to Aruba, that means less income will be coming into Dominica. True or false? Yes, that's definitely the case right there. If you are helping the Jungle Bay with monies and stuff, wouldn't be a huge possibility that you will also get a cut from it? Is the Prime Minister getting a cut from Jungle Bay? And keep in mind, guys, people seem to think the money that SKERRIT is giving people or the Prime Minister or the government of Dominica, make up the government body of Dominica, money giving people is from their salary. No, it is your tax and the money is being used from the CBI program that should come back to the people that they are using to give people. It is not the Prime Minister's money. It is your money. The money from CBI is your money, Dominica's money that should be going towards Dominican people, and you don't see nothing happening. They're going to build building for themselves. And yet still building little apartment while they're killing the economy of Dominica. They try to keep Jungle Bay in Dominica. Ross should have about probably more than 1,000 employees, direct and indirect, as a result of individuals getting money. But they allowed Ross to go. So on the basis that Jungle Bay, they try to keep Jungle Bay, there's a possibility that they could be getting some sort of funds, right? Now tell me which one is much more beneficial. Ross staying in Dominica, of course the landlords, the different landlords across Picard would benefit. Even people from Roseau and Grand Bay had apartments in Portsmouth. So individuals across Dominica would also benefit when it comes down to the landlord aspect of it, right? True or false? But if that is the case, and now we are hearing Ross go to Barbados and the #1 landlord or the #1 shareholder when it comes down to housing in Barbados is the very Prime Minister himself. Don't you think as a result of Jungle Bay he will probably benefit, or his people them will benefit, and then Barbados would be much more beneficial to them? Doesn't that mean they're taking away from the people? Doesn't that mean it would be vital for individuals to get funds from Barbados? Don't you think it would be vital for him to want that? Don't you think so, guys? Or maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. So apparently they seem to be doing things for themselves, not for the Dominica audience. And when you tell people, guys, look at what is going on, the possibilities are there in your face. What do you think of that? Oh, I love my peer, my husband, my dimples, my boo, my all kind of foolish thing. But c'est la vie. It's rather interesting that we're hearing about they doing things for themselves, and of course trying to belittle the very people who are in Dominica on the basis. So apparently we saw this thing from Emma News. I'll post this link in the description below. It's today. This was sent to me. Breaking news: Dominica DJS Association announces boycott of all carnival related and public events. Right there. This is on Emma News. Like I said before, if you want, the article will be in the description below, so you can definitely check it out right there. But this is what the article is saying right there. This press release serves to advise that the disc jockeys, DJs, that's what DJ means, disc jockeys, always don't no disc involved, but hey, sometimes they'll spin the disc and whatnot. Disc jockeys of Dominica have unanimously, they have all agreed not to perform at any carnival related or public event pending a formal and favorable response by the government of Dominica with regards to a proposal presented by the DJs Association right there. The document, which was submitted and discussed with the Director of Tourism, Colin Piper, outlined the plans and programs of the association as well as the significant economic impact on local DJs as a result of the ongoing Rona situation right there, as well as the natural disasters of 2015 and 2017, Tropical Storm Erica and Hurricane Maria. The association president, Miguel Abadi, has recently met with the tourism minister, Dennis Charles, and Parliament Secretary, Sharika Lokat Hippolyte, who expressed government's willingness to facilitate and support the entertainers. It's rather interesting that they always expressing the willingness to express their wanting to help the entertainers or the individuals, the entrepreneurs. We'll stick on the entrepreneurs right there because these DJs are entrepreneurs, obviously, working for themselves to see if they can get little gigs here and there. But they always seem to express this. But we fail to see one thing. I remember that at the time, back in the day, where they were talking about entrepreneurship for the young people, entrepreneurship, whoop, whoop, whoop. And no doubt there will be a few people who will definitely survive in the entrepreneurship realm because there's very few resources. Not like there's no resources. There's few resources there. And of course, not enough for a plethora of entrepreneurs. Therefore, you have a few who will actually survive. And the majority, probably 95% of individual entrepreneurs will fail. That is as a result of the economy. This is why they are building houses for people, because people can't build houses. Because of the economy. We moved from $100 million in bananas, more than that. 80 to 100 and $120 million per year in agriculture, to less than $5 million per year. But it's the economy right there, guys, that is playing a preference. Anyways, these DJs decide, hey, all you want to do for yourself over there, all right, go have your house in, whatnot. But we come in, and you have to meet our demands. It has to be what? Unless the proposal has been presented. Well, what is okay, look it on top there. Public event, they have decided to forego all public events and carnivals related events until a favorable response by the government of Dominica has been sent out right there. So the DJs are taking a stand, especially right now. You have to hold them by, well, let me leave that alone. I was going to say something else, but then the Donald Trump thing passed in my mind. So let me leave that alone right there, guys. Anyways, we're going back to Sam Raphael, if that is his name. In this regard, some individuals also send me this. This is another part of the segment right there on the Prime Minister discussing between UWP and Labour Party. Anyways, let's continue.
But, so I am very open there. I will say to you, if there are two people who apply for a job, one is a UWP man, one is a Labour man, and they both qualify, I will certainly give it to a Labour man, which is expected, which is understood.
I agree. I agree with the Prime Minister. If both are equally qualified, if I have my family member and there's somebody from outside coming in and both of them are equally as qualified, I would give it to my family member instead. Why would I choose to give it to somebody outside who doesn't support me in this regard? Of course, I would give it to them because they are equally qualified. But apparently that is not what is happening in Dominica. There are people in positions so they are not qualified. And those who are actually qualified are not getting the jobs. The unqualified, when you have people like Octavia, what's her name again? Dronelia. When you have people like Dronelia in education and talking foolishness on the radio, then come in and tell people to shake pampalam. I mean, come on. Unqualified people in high positions. You can have how much years? I saw this thing from one of the girls who went to Canada, and she said people have been working there for how much years and whatnot, and she got the position above them because her qualifications and experience and qualifications, well, I think it's based on her qualifications and ability to work, has been higher than the other people who have been there for years. It is the standard that we have to reach, but we don't reach that at all in Dominica, apparently. Well, let's continue right there, guys.
But There's a lot.
But PM, I want to go back to that quickly because I think, you know, what Sam just brought up there, you said the statement, if both blue and red qualified, you're going to hire red, you're going to hire the label. What makes that decision for you?
Is his own, is his people. So obviously the Prime Minister's right.
If both are qualified.
If both
equally qualified.
not qualified, my friend, obviously, you know. If you think if a pastor of a church really has a member of his church and somebody else, he would not say that the person of the church is qualified.
The boy always bringing some church
PM,
vibe.
I just wanted to get clarity on that. Just want to get clarity.
But I agree the Prime Minister is right. But unfortunately that is not what is happening in Dominica. The unqualified are being favored because the unqualified are their people. You have your family member there who can't know from tit for tat. But because your family member, you put your family member in positions to ensure that you make sure you keep the hey, I do you a favor. You're not qualified, but I do you a favor. I put you in position that you're making your money and whatnot. You have to be loyal to me. Whereas somebody doesn't support you, can't tell him they have to be loyal to you, no. Although I hear about South Rahel was once this individual was on one side and he switched to the other side. Apparently there's some kind of thing because money is always a money situation, trying to get more people. Kind of reminds me of Crazy T. You see? Get your money and then you switch for the other side. That's the case. But on the basis of qualification, who is more qualified? That's one of the reasons why I like a United States. Because they look for the most qualified individual. Even when I was doing my videography and stuff, when I just be up there, I have my experience and what I'm the most qualified. When I present these things, I get linked to more businesses. I remember one of the businesses I was doing in thing. I was supposed to be there for 1 week, then people kept me for 3 months. And after the 3 months, they kept me. They wanted to send me to another business. I check, okay, I good. I said with the other business for 1 week. I check in, you know what? Maybe I'll do that next year. Unfortunately, that whole Rona situation happened right there. The quality and stuff I give to the people, they have never seen this kind of things before. In the United States. Never seen this kind of things before. So, but hey, it is what it is when it comes down to this situation. They tend to put their people, the Prime Minister, and put their people in certain positions so that other people them who are trying to come up will be hindered. And when they have a unit, they call it the oligarchy of people, oligarchy. So they will have their sphere on top there. If you're not their own, they leave you out. No matter if you qualified or more qualified than them, you don't get the position. Right there. And that is exactly what is happening in Dominica. This is why nothing is happening in Dominica. This is why Dominica is going like this. Today I meet a lady, thank God. I meet a lady, she tell me she's a freedomite. What she labor right, she tell me things are better, ask her how. She tell me more jobs. I tell her, Ross leave, you tell me more. Which more jobs? Which more jobs you talking about? Business is closing down. The other day I showed about the business closing down in Dominica. If you want that, guys, I'll post that link in the description. I'll post a link in the comment box below. Just ask me for it in the comment box of the amount of businesses that have closed down. I have them. I did it. That is as a result of the how much unemployment rate has gone up. And you telling me that it is better now when it comes down to the job market. Even though we have foreigners coming in. Boy, look. We have foreigners coming in and taking the jobs. Even the very international airport they say they're going to build. When you look at the whole sphere, is the foreign people are going to be coming in to do it. And then the Dominicans, truckers have to be begging for the scrapes. The scrapes, the little ending. They'll take, what, 3 years, 4 years to build an international airport. And the Dominican people only get about a month, 2 months. The truckers will get a month, 2 months job. Boy. Hey. And this lady, bold face, watching me, telling me more jobs in Dominica. Do you know what? Some people just program to say things. It's night time. Although daytime, you know, but they say it night time. You can say what you want, doesn't change the difference in daytime. Well, by the time you probably see this video, it can be nighttime or next morning or something like that. But you guys get the point. People have to understand what is happening to them. You tell people over and over. An individual who met me today, he say I explain things so clean for people to see. And you don't understand how people understand. I say yes, they understand because they meet me and tell me they understand. They meeting me and tell me they understand everything I say, but but is their PM, but is their boo, but is their husband. But if I don't see the pimp, the dimples. Guys, these are things people literally tell me. I remember sometime, even back in the day, people tell me if they put a broom there, they're voting for the broom. Does it tell you how low people think of themselves? When people have the mentality like that, you have to make sure you don't take no type of advice from them. None whatsoever. But hey, that is what Dominica like. That is what Dominica appreciate, I guess. But on the bright side, guys, we have American Airlines. American Airlines apparently has Dominica on their page. This is what one of the Mystelics family sent me. Right there, this is Dominica right there, guys. And this is the photo of it. Right there. Some of the favorite, or some of our favorite destinations according to American Airlines, they have Dominica right there. And of course, in Dominica, do you know sometimes when you go on American Airlines AA.com, you get to see, you can book hotels and flights and so forth and so forth. Well, they actually have the hotels of Dominica right there. CARNIVAL Resort, you can see they're keeping skimming. They are keeping scanning the number of orders there as well. So they have Dominica as one of their favorites apparently. It doesn't mean it's necessarily their favorite, you know, guys. It's some sort of promotion they're doing. That's how they do things. Hey, one of our favorite. What? Your favorite? Let's see what you said. They realize, hey, it's our new destination right there. So let us say it's our favorite. Doesn't mean it's not their favorite, you know, guys. Because if you come Dominica, you can relax. You come Dominica, relax and so forth. But c'est la vie. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in this regard right there. If you understand it, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. And if you want to let me know your thoughts, leave your thoughts in the comment box. You get mine, let me know your thoughts as well, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're new to this channel, definitely subscribe and turn on the post notifications so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through, guys. I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Boom.